Well, Virgo, success doesn't always require bravado and, upfront sort of aggressive tendencies. We can see here you do have that Mars and Jupiter in the upper part of your horoscope this month, August 2024, which is the month in question. But sometimes, as you'll see on the 4th, this lunar position, the new moon in your 12th house, the hidden house under the radar. Sometimes you need to work strategically, quietly, zip it, and let your actions speak louder than your words. Yes, the career sector is very strongly accentuated this month, but so too is this 12th house. Venus moves out of there on the 5th, along with the retrograde motion of Mercury. And you'll see a little later Mercury moving back into that 12th house while the Sun moves out into your Sun sign. So there's a powerful exchange of spiritual energies, but I think this retrogression tells us, especially because Mercury rules your Sun sign as well as Gemini, which is your career sector. So you're rethinking your position in work. You're driven, you're ambitious. That's shown by the Mars and Jupiter combo in the upper part of the heavens. And Mars, in fact, has what we call directional strength in that area. Now, it is not a friendly planet for you. Fortunately, it makes contact with Jupiter. It softens some of that aggression. And there again with the Sun, the spiritual planet for you, ruling this 12th house, in the 12th house, this is the time to lay low if you've got competitors there. And we can see there are some very, very fierce competitors for you at this time, shown by the transit of Pluto in your 6th house and retrograde as well. That retrogression empowers planets. If they are unfriendly to you, they're going to be empowered to mess with your head and your circumstances. Here we see Saturn, no doubt, slowing things down in your relationships and your business partnerships, being retrograde. That strengthens it. Pluto is, I guess, not particularly friendly, ruling this 3rd house. But the planet ruling the 3rd house, being in the 6th, is actually good for finances, for money. That you have to be careful of because you have the headless serpent here, what we call Ketu, or the South Node, transiting your 2nd house of finance. It's easy to get caught up, especially when you've got this impulsive combination of Mars and Jupiter pushing you ahead quickly to make decisions that will cost you. Costing you is also the domain of this 12th house. Mercury in the 12th, however, is good. The ruling planet is asking you to curtail your expenses. Don't allow these impulsive combinations of Mars, Jupiter, Pluto in the 6th to overcome your sensibilities this month. Jupiter is also ruling your marital affairs. It's great to see by around the 20th that firstly that full moon there in the 6-12 axis carries into the marital zone, and Mars is passing away from your marital planet. Neptune is also the other co-ruler of your marriage. So these combinations show an easing up if you've been antagonistic or you've been frustrated in your relationships. We can see that too because you've had Venus in its transit right opposite Saturn. That can really bring the passion level down. You're winding it back, or your partner's winding it back. You need some rejuvenation, some renovation, some reactivation of your passion. That can happen with Mercury. Mercury in this 12th house. 12th house is considered one of the zones of sexuality, especially according to Vedic Hindu astrology. That 8th house also, having the karmic planet there, shows great desires. Great desire, but not a lot of fulfillment there, as this combination of Venus and Saturn play out. Notice, however, Venus is moving away from that conjunction towards the latter part of the month. We see the retrogression of Mercury finishing also around the 29th. So that's a green light for you to, if you've thought through some of these frustrations in your relationships, an opportunity for you just there at the tail end of the month to get things back on track. There could be some great achievement here with Mars and Jupiter in the 10th house. You've worked hard for what you believe you deserve, and with that forward motion of Mercury, I think that is now the commencement of your negotiations to try to achieve a new level in your profession as well as your personal relationships. Do have a look at what I've set up for you there at astrology.com.au. Follow the links. Kay has put them in there for you graciously, so you can go on over and get a little bit more information on what's happening in August, what's happening every week, every day, and for the rest of the year 2024. Please subscribe, hit that like button. We need your support to keep the channel going, and by all means feel free to drop me a line if you've got any questions or comments, and I'll see you here again next month, Virgo. Bye bye for now.